Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. The 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio, live from Hollywood, Florida, with your host and hostess, Mark Angelo and Jessica Lynn Cummings. Show for trans folks, by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Well, good evening, everyone. Tonight we have our sponsor on the show, Mr. Oren Perry, who is the CEO of the breast form store, which got started in the mastectomy industry by his mom in 1993. She had a small fitting service in Vancouver, Canada, and was getting the occasional TG or CD. Back then, the world was much less accepting of the community, so finding a compassionate and understanding fitter was a blessing for people that wanted or needed to be fitted.
My father heard about this new thing called the internet and decided to have a website built. With the good service from my mom's store, the word of mouth started to spread about her store and the website. Fast forward a few years, and now e-commerce is huge. So my mom sold her business and retired. The website is still owned by the family, but it is owned by my brother-in-law and myself. I've been with the business for about 6 years, but took over running it about 2 years ago when my dad retired.
Before the old guy retired, he made me promise two things. First, don't ever borrow money to expand the business. Only grow with money you have. The second was that we won't forget to support the community as much as we can. I've taken both to heart, and we're growing slowly in a very tough business climate, and we support many events and functions across the world.
Just this year, I went to an event in Tokyo where I spoke and gave away a pair of breast forms. Most of the time, what we do is send door prizes and products for fundraisers. I guess biggest thing we did this year was to take over the hosting for Laura's Playground. The breast form store has offices in Canada and England, but to better service the local communities, we also set up franchises in Japan, Australia, Mexico, and Poland.
He's very passionate about the business. And now, welcome to our show, our proud sponsor, Mr. Oren Perry. Hey, Oren,
good evening.
Are you there?
Yes, good evening. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, thank you.
Hi, Oren.
Hello. I'd like to say hello to you guys, the hosts, and all the listeners. I'm very excited to be on the show and happy you guys invited me and gave me the opportunity to speak.
Yes, we are very glad to have you.
So how's the weather in Canada?
Well, it stopped raining for 5 minutes. That's all I can pretty much say. We get rain here for about 6 months, semi-rain for 4 months, and then two sunny months for summer, and then we're back to the rotation. It can be depressing. But I love this country.
It's not like the sunny Florida that you hear so much about.
No, it's not. I got to come down and visit you guys.
Definitely. For sure. We'd love to have you.
Perhaps one day I can do the show live on TV with you guys.
That definitely is doable.
That's our goal. We just got to get you down here first.
Shouldn't be too hard. Tell me how sunny it is.
Yeah, right. Hopefully you come down when it's sunny and not raining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do get our little bit of a rain season ourselves, but pretty much it's pretty sunny.
Yeah, for the most part, we get a nice little suntan.
Occasional hurricane to keep things interesting.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
definitely. Well, let me start with the question.
All right.
Tell us about your amazing mother and what got her started in the fitting business.
Okay. Takes us back a long time ago. My mom was actually unemployed, and she came from the medical industry, and she was finding it a very tough time finding a job. In the early 90s here in Vancouver, there was a recession going on, and nobody was hiring, so she had to take a job. She saw an ad in the paper and took a job doing the fittings, not really knowing much about it, but was trained, and over time she really found the job rewarding. You get to meet people after a very traumatic experience, and when they leave her office, they're whole again, for the most part. So as time grew, she would occasionally get transgender or cross-dressers coming in for fittings, and as a very lovely and caring woman, she didn't see a reason why she wouldn't service them. And over time, word got out that you can get a professional fitting, fair pricing, and an accepting person to work with. And from there it grew until my dad put it on the internet, where it really took off. And that brings us to today, and both my parents are retired, hopefully with enough money to stay retired, because I don't think I want my dad to come back to work.
Well, we know how family and business mixes and goes hand in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
can be fun.
It
can be fun, but a few times we butted heads, and he stole my father.
It's amazing how the world has such loving and caring individuals. I tip my hat to you, to your mother, and to your father, because without caring and understanding individuals, I believe that the transgender community wouldn't have gotten as far as we have gotten today. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Parents.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your father sounds like an amazing man with wonderful morals. What was his vision?
He did his research at the beginning before building the website. I mean, I don't even think he knew what a website was at first. And he went online, probably somebody had to show him, and he discovered that, there were websites selling mastectomy products and also transgender-related websites out there. But he also found that their pricing was out to lunch, for lack of better words, just disgouging. Bad service if you phone in. If they had a number and you phone in, most of the time they wouldn't want to talk to you. It was more the attitude, please just shop online, don't bother us. And the websites mostly lacked good information. So if you're new to this, how are you supposed to figure out what to buy? What size are you? What bra size you are? It's tough. So he had the website built, armed it with a lot of information, the best information he can muster out of my mother mostly, because she was the professional, and allowed people to call in and have a pleasant conversation with somebody that wanted to speak with you and figure out what the best product was. So his mission was to have a good product at a fair price with good service, and a return policy that was easily to use. You get the wrong product, if you haven't worn it, send it back. And then you have a happy customer, everybody's happy, and they come back. And that philosophy has really paid off.
It's the way to do good business. It's the way to do good business. And if more people followed that, they would realize that they would have more business.
Exactly.
See, that's the problem with the world today. Most businesses, they don't have the compassion for the customers or the people. They don't have the customer service that used to be 10, 15 years ago, and you guys seem to have that customer service, which is excellent.
Yeah. I was on the phone the other day with the phone company. all I got to say is wow. They have no customer service. And I'm sure everybody's experienced that with the phone company or the TV companies, the cable companies. It's the little mom and pop stores across our great nation, or nations, Canada and the U.S., that still are able to provide that really good service. You know, you walk into well, I guess I'm probably not supposed to mention names online, but a big box store, and there's a person greeting you at the entrance. But once you got past that person greeting you, there's no service. How are you supposed to know what to buy if you're confused about something that they're selling?
Absolutely.
Right? You know, a lot of commerce in the U.S. and Canada is the small businesses. And there's a reason for that, because we provide good service. Not always at the best pricing, you know. We can't compete with the big box. Thank God in this niche market, I think I am part of the big box.
I would say you definitely are. Well,
yeah.
The Breastform Store has been heaven sent to the transgender community. Tell us a little bit about the store and what is your mission statement?
Well, I guess we sort of spoke about the mission statement that I've lived by from my father and my mother is good product, fair service. But I guess the expansion and the way we went about it is really helped develop some of the TG communities in other countries. Having, you know, in Japan or Australia, setting up franchisees there, rather than us trying to understand the local community and cultures, and this especially for Japan, because they do things differently than us. Having a franchisee there on the ground, they know exactly, because they're part of the community, and it really helped develop the Breastform Store branding across other nations. When you have somebody going to different events, local events, representing us, and helping us expand the business, but also choosing the right franchisees that believe in the same statement as we do, the mission statement as we do, with good service, good prices. So.
Definitely. Laura's Playground is still around thanks to you. Can you please share the story with our listeners?
Sure. What happened with Laura's Playground is we advertise on many sites, like we do with you. And we contacted Laura one day and asked if we could do a banner on the site. And we had a relationship with Laura, or my father did. Not really advertising, just helping out with the community in other ways. And I asked Laura if we could advertise, and she said that they're a strictly non-commercial site because of the services they offer. They want to keep it that way, and that made sense. But in conversation, she mentioned that they were having disruptions in their service, in their host provider, because they were exceeding the traffic allowable on their hosting. Now, that just means that you have a lot of people using the site. And a site like Laura's Playground, if they have a lot of people using it, it's because they probably need to be using it, especially the crisis prevention line or suicide prevention lines that they provide. It's really important. So I spoke to my brother-in-law, my business partner and IT expert. I said, could we possibly host them on our servers? And turned out that we can. So it took about a month of a lot of work on his part and Laura, and we were able to transfer the site over to our servers, and now it's running better, faster, with no glitches. And
excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is a big improvement. You know, when your host is going to cut you off, threatening you, and you get service disruptions. You know, when a person calls in, they need you to be there for them. So I'm really happy that we're able to assist them with relatively little difficulty. The server was already there. All we had to do is transfer the data over.
That's excellent. And Laura's Playground is a huge beneficial plethora of information. They've been around for a long time for the transgender community in itself. they talk about a lot of things that are necessary for people that are newly transitioning, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great site. That's a great thing that you did, Oren.
And it's totally amazing that here you have this host that didn't care. They just were going to shut you down. And it takes individuals like yourself that understands the community that were willing to help. And even though they almost turned around and didn't want to put a banner on their site, but how funny how life and karma works, that they then needed you and you were there for that. Which is
a few months later, she called us and said, you know what, we want to put your banner up anyways. We never asked. Yeah, so I guess, like you said, karma or just being good, treating people the same way you want to be treated is pretty simple, but it's not that common sometimes, right? We treated Laura well, and she realized she can help us down the road, and she did. I mean, I haven't looked to see how much traffic we get from those banners, and really that's not that important. It's an important thing that it's still there.
One hand washes the other. I mean, I believe that's what we're here on this planet to kind of do, is to grow, help one another, and love one another unconditionally. That's extremely important.
Not to mention your banners are beautiful.
Thank you. That would be Eden, our IT girl. She actually went to school for that sort of stuff, so I shouldn't be surprised when she does beautiful banners. But yeah, we're really lucky to have her on board with us. She does really beautiful work.
Yes, she does. She's amazing. Tell us a little bit about Eden. She's your business. She works for you, right?
Yes, she does. Yeah, she's in our office. She works with side by side in the same office as my brother-in-law, and they both do IT. Peter, my brother-in-law, he does more the complicated stuff, like transferring Laura's playground over to our servers, and Eden does more the banners, some simpler code writing, and she actually is very good with the customers. From the very beginning when she started with us, she wanted to pick up the phone when it rang. And with some training, she does virtual fittings now, just like the rest of the staff. And occasionally when we have walk-in clients, she does fittings for them too. And lucky for us, she likes wigs and has a lot of knowledge on wigs. So if anybody has complicated wig questions, they get through to the IT department.
So if anybody has a bad hair day, they contact Eden.
Yes. Yeah. And because she does a lot of the programming for the site and helps with the wording for the site, she's very, very knowledgeable about the products because she's done the wording for them. So,
right.
And
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so if anybody out there has wig questions, or also actually she's very good with the real breast forms, which are kind of complicated to fit. She's got a lot of experience with those.
So did you have to go through any particular training or the staff to be able to deal with transgender individuals?
No. Nancy, who is our mastectomy fitter, she comes from the mastectomy industry. She was trained by I think it's a 1 or 2 day course that you take. But it's the years of experience of fitting people that makes the difference. Working with multiple suppliers, multiple styles of breast forms, doing that for 20 years, that's when you know what to. When a person walks through that door, you ask them what they want, what kind of look they want, then you size them up. You see how big their shoulders are compared to, let's say, the hips, and then you throw a pair of breast forms on them and see how they look. And if they don't look very well, exactly what the person is looking for. It's only probably 1 or 2 more guesses, and you got what they came to get. Where an unknowledgeable person would have to, they may sell you what they think they want to sell you, or just give you anything with the high margin. But a fitter, this is their passion. They want to make you either whole, like a mastectomy or a cancer survivor, or a transgender or cross-dresser person that envision something of what they envision they want to look like, and it's our mission to get them there.
Lovely. I like that. And that's what it's all, that's what it's kind of all about with us transgendered individuals, us trans females. We're very much looking for that effect to be whole, and to have somebody in a company out there like you guys is amazing.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay. Let me ask you, who is Oren and what drives him?
Well, my girlfriend drives me crazy. But I
didn't say drives him crazy. I said drives him.
Oh.
But I hear you. I hear you, Oren.
What drives me? Well, from a very young age, I wanted to be either a lawyer or in business for myself. And due to a learning disability, I kind of quickly figured out that law school is going to be far too hard. So when I was done my schooling, my father asked, why don't I come join him and help him expand the business? So it sounded like an adventure I wanted to join in on, and together with my brother-in-law and my sister, we started growing the business more aggressively and franchising. And then when the time came and my dad wanted to sell the business, I was just a logical candidate to take it over with my brother-in-law. And it's been roughly 2 years now, and we make a good partner. We're good partners, I should say, and things are looking good. It's tough, We all know what's going on in the economy, but this niche market and a lot of dedication and hard work is paying off. So what drives me? I think that was pretty much it. I guess coming to work every morning is exciting. Because we're doing exciting things, helping people, making a living for ourselves, and I guess everything looks bright for the most part.
Well, you know what they say? They say if you love what you do and you do what you love, you'll never work another day again in your life.
Tell me, how come I'm looking forward to the weekends?
I know. I don't know who came up with that saying, but, hey, what could I say? It sounded good. At least you know that every night that you go to bed, you're earning your money honestly, you're doing something to help others, and that is developing good karma, and your spirit is in the alignment that it needs to be.
And you're providing a great, much-needed service to the transgender community, for sure.
Thank you. I hope my excitement of getting up in the morning does manifest in how good the business progresses and how well the business does with the community.
Yes, exactly.
We're definitely so honored and grateful that you are our sponsor. What message do you have for the transgender community?
What message do I have? Well, I've seen a lot of, the world is a crazy place, and it seems like it's getting crazier by the day. But on the other hand, you look at where we were 20 years ago and how accepting the world was 20 years ago and where we are now. 20 years ago, gay marriage was not even really, it was barely talked about. And now it's accepted. It's even accepted in the bigot community. There's a black president. Oh my God, who would have thought? So I think for the transgender community, live life to the fullest. It's okay. It's cool now. We have TV shows. There's no need to be. Sorry?
And radio shows.
Yeah, and radio shows. There's no need to be in the closet. If somebody doesn't like it, that's their problem. Now, if we're living in the Middle East, maybe I would probably not suggest being so open about it. But, we live in the free world. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, I see no reason. And I guess my message to the community is live life to the fullest.
Yes, and I think by everybody living their truth will help others live their truth. And eventually the entire world will be accepting and loving towards everyone.
Yes.
Not just transgender people, everyone. We're all in it together. We're connected, even from from a tree to an ant, we're all connected, and we have to realize that this union is very important for our spiritual growth.
Yeah.
And I believe that people that are so-called different are placed here on this world to help others see certain things.
To accept difference and change.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure having this interview with you. We have started a contest, and I don't know if you listened to the little jingle regarding the contest, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now at the end.
Okay.
Ladies, Transition Radio and the Breast Form Store want to help you achieve the look you've always wanted, but were not able to afford.
Send us your video telling us why you should be the winner of these beauties and how you would be able to promote their product and our show while showing off your girls. Email your videos to transitionradioshow@gmail.com. Again, that's transitionradioshow@gmail.com.
The video should be no more than 4 minutes. Let it be creative, and please keep it PG. We will pick 3 finalists and have the videos up for a vote. The winner will win their very own pair of breast forms.
Courtesy of thebreastformstore.com. And Mr. Oren Perry.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for having me on.
It was our pleasure, Oren.
And like I said, next time I'll be in your studio in Florida.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely. Well, we'll have to warm you up with a shot of whiskey or something before you go live.
How about warming up by lying on the beach first? I need to work on my tan.
There you go. Nice sunny
Yeah.
day. I'm definitely looking forward to taking you out into town, going out for dinner.
For sure.
And meeting that woman that drives you.
Yeah, they want to drag me crazy. I'll bring her along. She's a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. All right, you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and you have a great evening, Oren.
Send our love to your mom and dad.
Yes.
And
I'll pass that on.
We thank them from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oren. Have a great night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
That was just an amazing interview with the man behind Breastform.
Breastformstore.com.
Yes, and the wonderful parents that had created this wonderful service for the transgender community.
Yes.
We want to thank everyone for listening yet again. And,
to another great show.
We want to tell you how much we love you, but remember to always
love yourselves too.
We're ending the show tonight with another one of my original. It's acoustically done. It's called It's All a Journey. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
I am me, you are you, different streets and avenues. Which are the crossroads we will choose? It doesn't matter where we're going. It doesn't matter where we've been. It's all a journey. The destination will soon begin. Will soon begin. Red or white, dark or bright, seasons change all the time. Those are the memories we left behind. It doesn't matter where we're going. It doesn't matter where we've been. It's all a journey. The destination will soon begin. Will soon begin. us straight, now or wait, fight this war, choose peace instead. These are the choices life presents. Wrong or right, can't decide. It's not our say, it's not our fight. The real solution is to unite. It doesn't matter where we're going. It doesn't matter where we've been. It's all a journey. A destination will soon begin. 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 I am you, you are me. Different streets, avenues, which are the crossroads that